Ladies and gentlemen, vloggers, welcome to our latest vlog. Now, we had to bring this gentleman back. He's the CEO of Spenda. They've had an amazing few weeks, game-changing in my opinion. Aids, how are you?
Very good, mate. How are you?
Very good. And I forgot to mention Spenda, the ticker's SPX. Now, we'll kick right off with your latest announcement. Absolutely game-changing in my opinion, company maker. Your 10-year agreement with Capricorn Society. Tell us all about it.
Well, Capricorn's a company that obviously we've had a relationship for a very long period of time. We've provided them, key, I suppose, fundamental technology for the past 20 years. And this agreement really builds on the last, I suppose, year of work, as well as the previous 20. Really massive thing for the company. It's right at the heart of Capricorn's digital strategy, and we're completely focused on working with them to effectively increase acceptance. So where the Capricorn account can be used, as well as provide real-time access to their membership and improve their overall service delivery. So it's a great honor, and we're really excited to be working with them again on a journey that'll probably see me into retirement.
Fantastic. Now, can you tell us a little bit more of the financials of this particular deal?
Yeah, look, I mean, I guess the fundamentals are pretty simple. Right now, we're in what we'll call an infrastructure build and a security POC. That is really all about de-risking the project so that everyone is confident that we can run at the market and deliver a scalable solution for all. Now, for that, we're getting about 450 grand off the top of my head. Now, we're into that program now. We've been into it for a couple of weeks. We expect to complete it in early December. On the back of that, we sort of move into the build phase. So the principle here is that any sort of customization of Spenda's core IP is being paid for on a time and materials basis. So we get through that gate. We then get another 1.3 million in terms of build fees, which we would expect to sort of earn over the course of the first quarter, and maybe a little bit into the June quarter of next year. And then our second income stream kicks in, being our software license fees. They're a minimum of 100 grand for the journey, but they'll obviously scale as we roll out. So we'd expect that to be, many multiples of that 100,000 as that rollout occurs. And again, maintaining that, for a very extended period of time. So very much cornerstone revenue for the company. And I suppose the final piece in the equation is the payments upside that we obviously haven't announced the metrics on. Mm-hmm. But I guess, look, it's a fairly big market. You're talking about many billions of dollars. And the way we look at this is the opportunities, sort of take Capricorn and times it by 100. So it's a fantastic opportunity that, as you said, is company making, and very much what we see as being an anchor customer that we can build our operations around and continue to scale from.
Now, you also recently signed an agricultural deal. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, so AgriChain's a company we've been working with for also probably about a year, going through the paces, and they're very much at the heart of our agricultural strategy. So what we wanted to do was bring something to the table that allowed us to grow, I'll call it the non-bank payment and lending flow opportunity. So we've announced a card-blended solution that we intend to bring to market with AgriChain. It's very much the first step in our agricultural journey. AgriChain is a market-leading ERP product in the agri space, and they work right across, I suppose, all sorts of different commodities. But this first opportunity is just in grain, and that grain trading opportunity is all about monetizing the few billion dollars. And in terms of scale, we're talking about something, not massively dissimilar to Capricorn. We're talking about billions of dollars in flow between, growers and grain traders. And that opportunity in of itself, the first part of it, look, it's modest income. nonetheless, it still adds, over $1 million to our bottom line, just in the first phase. But I think it's really important to understand that we're talking about incredibly low levels of penetration. We're talking about facilities at 10 million. We've got pre-approvals at almost double that. But when you consider a few $1 billion to, $18 million, you can see this is just the tip of the iceberg. And we're really excited about where the opportunity can take us and how we can pivot and build equally upon what we've, I suppose what I'd see as being key agricultural investments we've been making. So the Fresh Supply Co investment in and of itself has been busily building, and that's all part of that same narrative. And, like anything, when you're positioning your pieces on the board to attack the market, you want to, in some regards, be reasonably clandestine about what you're doing and why you're doing it. But ultimately what we see is there's four pinnacles of market that we want to attack, and they relate to cars, houses, people, and pets. And obviously people is all about food and beverage, and cars and houses, well, Carpet Court's housing, cars, obviously Capricorn. You can see we're positioning ourselves around recession-proof commodities that allow us to build, real long-term flows. And I suppose we see ourselves as a genuinely significant business, and we've now got all the pieces on the board to, go and demonstrate that.
Now, you recently launched Packface. Tell us a bit more about that.
Oh, you mean Payback? Yeah, absolutely. So I can say that's another one for our highlight reel. The Payback's really simple, mate. Basically, it's about us moving up the payments ecosystem with direct merchants. So it's a new agreement with Fiserv that I suppose we entered into in December. We've now commissioned. We're taking that to market quite aggressively. We're well ahead of our own schedule, which is really exciting. But ultimately, it means that we've got the ability to approve direct merchant facilities and board direct merchants of higher size and value, and also earn an increased revenue stream, and probably most importantly, credit and risk score them for payments and lending services in a single pass. So huge strategic pillar for us. Again, another one of those chess pieces that allows us to move forwards, certainly right now in Australia, but probably more importantly with our relationship with Fiserv into other international markets.
Now, clearly there's a lot going on with Spenda. You've made a lot of progress this year. What's next?
Well, we got a few things, a few irons in the fire. Yes. Look, I think in the near term, we've been working on a number of, of customer initiatives, a couple of which we have already announced, where there's quite significant updates that we look forward to sharing with the market. And then probably more importantly, some more particulars on how we plan to scale our payment services. And we've certainly been working on, some global opportunities in that space that we're also looking forward to sharing with the market. And again, I think those couple of things I think what they're going to do is allow people to understand the superiority of our revenue model, the ability of us to look at an entire network of payments from, the consumer all the way through to primary production, and monetize each layer in that space in the same way that we've been talking to Carpet Court from a node spoke perspective. But now we're moving into these other commodity markets. So look, it's exciting times for us as a business. We've got big expectations of ourselves, and we intend to deliver on those.
Mate, congratulations. Everyone, have a look at Spenda. They're kicking goals. They keep on growing. The ticker is SPX. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks, John. Have a good one.